Hello, this is Purge, bringing you first person replay commentary. This game I played Keeper of the Light, a hero that I haven't played in a really long time, and I was playing with some of my lower level friends. So it's kind of a weird game, but I had a lot of fun playing this. It was super fun to me, so I thought I would post it and see what you guys think. I've been playing quite a bit of the new patch. I'm not completely sold on the new comeback world just yet. I tweeted about my Sand King experiences yesterday, and I just wanted to give more talk more about that. I'll talk about Keep It Light a bit, but I'm sure what most people are curious about is how I feel about the gold swing thing. It's less pronounced than it was in the past. When the patch first came out, the gold swing was even stronger than it was than it is now. And a lot of people have a problem with it, it seems, and I'm not entirely sure yet. I think from a balance standpoint, it is less forgiving for early leads, basically, but in terms of late game, it's super forgiving. It's not super forgiving, but it's more forgiving because the team that deserves to win the game technically wins the game, and knowing who deserves to win the game comes down to a different interpretation for different people. So a lot of people are arguing, like, if I have a really good early game, I should that extra gold advantage should push me into the mid game, where I should generally win, even if I like screw around a little bit. And a lot of us have kind of like learned Dota and enjoyed it by getting a big advantage, and then because our advantage is so bad, we can dick around a little bit at the end, right before we win, because I don't know, that's what we're allowed to do, you know. But the problem is that if you lose a team fight now, your opponents get a ridiculous amount of gold, assuming you're really far ahead. So I had this Sand King game yesterday where I went mid and I had Blink Dagger and Aghanims by 16 minutes. I tweeted 26 minutes for some reason, but it was 16 minutes. I just had Brown Boots, Aghanims, and Blink Dagger by 16 minutes. And we took a Rax at like 20 or 30 minutes or something. And right after the Rax, they didn't fight because they were scared to fight us. So I was like, screw it, I want to fight. We just got a Rax, it's going to be okay. And we ended up dying 4 for nothing, which is our stupid mistake. And we gave the Legion Commander 6,000 gold, he said. Gave him like a Monkey King bar. And then we played like butthole the rest of the game, and we ended up losing. And it was really sad because it gave him so much gold for one team fight. But we team fought so stupidly, and because they won team fight, they technically deserve to have a big gold advantage. So I'm not like completely sold on it, but the game after, I had a almost kind of comeback, and it felt kind of good, but I don't know. I'm not entirely sold on it yet. Anyways, it's kind of how I feel about it right now. I'm going to play lots more games to figure this out. I was playing solo mid here against an Ember Spirit. KotL Ember Spirit, really typical matchup. I'm just kidding. This is super random. He didn't really know what to do here. I felt like he was really confused most of the time. I gave him quite a few nukes here. I was a little worried to take right clicks back. I think it was maybe a waste to use my mana leak there because it was also a mistake for him to run up like that, but I feel like it was a waste for me to use Mana Leak because it was actually a huge amount of mana pool, and I didn't bring myself any clarities or anything like that. I lasted pretty well here, but yeah, if you're playing a range here, just right-click the Ember Spirit a lot. It's by far the best counter towards him. It's really the best way to go. So I'm going to go fast bottle, of course, because if you're ever playing a mid here now, bottle, you almost have to get a bottle. If they have any mana needs at all, bottle is the way to go, just because the double rune spawn is just fantastic. Like, you can almost guarantee that you get a bottle. When I did completely out harass him, I checked his regen, I killed his salve, and I harassed down a lot of his tangos. So that means that I just need to stand between him and the creep wave, and I can zone him here. This is really important to do, and I was happy that I was able to do this. But I did know that he popped a salve, so that means that I probably needed to start backing up because he was going to be full HP again. So. And I'll fly on my bottle now. I'm unfortunately missing all of my mana, and I just now hit 3. I think grabbing Mana Leak at 2 is not worth it. I should have just grabbed Chakra instead. It would have been a bit better. So I'm just going to try to harass him down a bit now. I think I could have done the mid game here a lot better. Like, I could have duplicated something that I did in the early game, which was basically harassing him a lot and canceling Illuminate so it does hit him. It's better to like guarantee that those hit. See, there's the rune spawn. There's a bounty rune that spawn bottom. Gives you golden experience. You'll see me get a lot of them this game, I think. Bottle's going to be fantastic for spamming spells, basically, and what I want to do is harass the Ember Spirit down and try to create pressure on him if possible. He can use Flame Guard now, especially because he's level 3. Probably has 2 levels, which means my ability to reduce his reduces HP is going to be a little harder. If his Flame Guard isn't up, it's not going to be that big of a deal, but other than that, I'm going to probably have some issue with it. That one I actually got him. My base damage is actually pretty good with KotL. I think it was nerfed recently, but I do have a Null Talisman. Gives you 9 damage as an Intiro. On the bright side, I could have harassed him better, but I'm last hitting like amazingly well. It really helps to have AoEs like this. And I am going to pressure him a lot. I just want to make sure that he doesn't get a ton of really easy farm, basically. Even though he's doing a pretty good job last hitting. This guy's not a bad player. Oh, thanks. Alright, so I won a 2-1-2 build. I was just kind of figuring this out as I went. Wasn't completely sure what I wanted to do. That's Mana Leak, by the way, if you guys aren't familiar. If they move, it drains their mana, so he is losing some mana by moving here. And it's kind of preventing him from being as aggressive towards me as he would maybe like. He probably does want to chase after me and get in melee range, but as long as I continue to blast out and stuff like that, it should put me in an okay spot. And I maybe should have released earlier. This is part of the problem with KotL in a lane like this. I mean, part of the issue is that I'm standing next to the creep wave, so I'm revealing what I'm planning to do. But you either release the spell and you do damage to the hero, or you hold it up and you just get better CS. So it's kind of hard to always know what's the right thing to do. Like, I would have gotten that catapult probably if I just charged up a little bit longer. I'm just going to do this to see if I can get him to waste some mana or something like that. Or actually what I wanted to do is get a blast off. So I'm going to charge up here, and I'm going to make him think that I'm still over here. Bam, then I actually get a blast. That's one of the other tricks you can do. I don't know why he thought... I'm not sure why he thought that was the real one, but it was definitely not the real one. That also did nothing because of Flame Guard, unfortunately. Also, I think that, yeah, there was a rune bottom. If one of my, if my offlaner would have covered that rune, I would have gotten a big advantage. If anything, what I could have done is ran my illusion over there. That would have been good. But denying that rune would have been really big because he wouldn't have had any more regen for the lane. So that was a little unfortunate. I can get some tower damage in. I'm just going to scout to see where he's coming from and when he's coming, just with my illusion. It's just important to do this sometimes. I'll just right click him down a little bit. So the way Mana Leak scales now, it doesn't leak on a percentage. It leaks the same percentage at all levels. The difference mainly is the cast range and the stun duration. It's a really good spell, actually. Its cooldown is pretty high, but it can be used against a lot of different heroes. It's especially good against heroes like Storm Spirit. Necrolite is another hero it's pretty good against. What's another good example? I'm not sure, but it's a really good spell. It's really good against Centaur this game. I had a lot of fun using it against Centaur because Centaur, especially pre-Blink Dagger, wants to run into the team fight and initiate, and if you can Mana Leak him, then he sometimes loses all of his mana before he can approach all the way through. So I'll blast this from range here. I'll try to get the last hits, and miss that one. That's fine. My skill build's pretty fine here. I think generally you max Illuminate early, just so you can push the lane and possibly harass your opponent more. I opted for Phase Boots here because I think Phase Boots is generally one of the better boots for a non-standard mid hero. Like I need to make sure that I can at least attack fairly offensively, because otherwise my only damage is from Illuminate. I'm gonna try to set up a blast here on the bot lane. I probably should have checked Dragon Knight's HP a bit more, but I'm gonna go from the side. Using the dive there was a huge mistake. He should have waited to use that until I was ready to combo. Chris wasn't really watching. It's my friend Chris here. I should have released right here. That was a big mistake. That's on me. Because the creeps died so fast. I basically revealed that. Yeah, that was unfortunate. But I basically revealed that, I basically waited to launch the thing until after the creep side, and he was obviously going to walk back. So I should have played a lot more attention to that. And in the meantime, I wasted like a ton of my time. What I should have done instead is blasted a little earlier, or just gone back to the mid lane, because now the Ember Spirit has been farming for like 2 waves that I haven't gotten, so all of my early advantage that I had is like at least slightly gone, and that was a huge mistake to do this. But if we would have gotten the kill, it would have been kind of okay, but I think it might have still been better to pressure mid. I'm not entirely sold on that though, but I wish that we would have coordinated a bit better. I maybe could have communicated better to him. That would have helped our team. Skipping your ulti for a while on Keep It the Light, I don't think is that unrealistic as a mid hero. What your ulti basically does is it allows you to channel your Illuminate without actually standing there channeling your Illuminate. Boom! I love that damage. You can channel your Illuminate without channeling your Illuminate. You also get two abilities, Recall, which teleports allies to you, and you also get Blinding Light, which has been buffed. The push distance is a lot higher, 400. This pushes enemies away and gives them a mischance. Now I'm ganking top because I have this DD. I told him to pounce on the Viper, and he ended up missing it, unfortunately. I'm just gonna run through here.
Lights out for you.
Radiant's top tower is under
Alright, we had a lot of time here to check mana and stuff while I was running. He did have enough mana for a stomp. I maybe should have turned around earlier. No, I can't do that. Because I know he has a double edge no matter what. And a double edge will kill me right now. So I have to do something based on this. I've got Blinding Light. I've also got Mana Leak in 3 seconds. I'm just going to speed this up because I remember the pause being a little long. So there's the Blinding Light. I'm just going to keep running. Really don't want to get caught. I kind of wanted to go back in. And then the Ember Spear just double or triple speared me and killed me. So that was pretty dumb by me. I am still on. Sorry about that. For some reason I didn't realize I was still on increased speed. We got pretty wrecked there actually. I shouldn't have gone back in. I should have just ran. That would have been good.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
It's really hard to use KotL correctly in a team fight like that. If we just would have pounced on the Viper in the first place, we would have killed Viper, and then we maybe would have killed Centaur as well. I'm sure the chances would have been a lot higher. So that was just a little unfortunate, and we probably shouldn't have dived farther than that. Probably not. Getting the Viper kill was fine, but the subsequent dives were kind of unnecessary. So keep blasting, use Chakra Magic whenever it's up. We're going to Rune Control here. We'll see, there's a bounty bottom, so that means I'm going to get the invis. Actually, our Witch Doctor stole, which is a slight mistake, but not that big of a deal. Because my bottle's full anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Then we were going to try to set up a gank, but the Witch Doctor showed mid, so... KotL stack gain here. It's like the strength gain is like a little weak, but it's not the worst for an anti-hero. It could be worse. We're still kind of pressuring mid, but killing the Ember Spirit is going to be difficult until we get Fiend's Grip, and our Bane is still not 6 yet. So I was going to shift down here and see if I can get a kill just by blasting from the side. The combo that we're looking to do here with Bane is sleep anybody, and then we can channel up a full 5-second Illuminate and blast them, and then Brain Sap them at the same time. It's a pretty good nuke. Pretty good. I love that it's a Clarity Potion. Love that icon for some reason. I don't know. We saw the Centaur going over there, so then we started moving over towards the Centaur. Unfortunately, our Witch Doctor doesn't know how that works. I'm gonna have to Blinding Light here. This is actually really bad.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yeah. So I bought a Ogre Club before I died. That was a good, really good team fight for them. I think this is the first time our Witch Doctor is a new player, and that was the first time that they had experienced a Bane on our team. So it took them a while to figure out how Nightmare worked. Pretty standard stuff.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
So I decided to go for an Eggs Rush here. I wasn't entirely sure if it was the right option. I kind of felt like maybe I should get a damage item or an item that helps my team, like a Force Staff or something. But looking back, Eggs was by far the best choice. This is the first game that I built Eggs on Keeper of the Light. I've never tried it before. I really was surprised with how good it was. What it basically does is it gives you unlimited ulti. Your ulti is always on, so that means you can always cast Recall, you can always cast Blinding Light, and you can also always cast Illuminate, which is huge because it kind of like makes your hero a new hero essentially. Oh, this is a mistake. Because my haste can bottle through this. I'm kind of surprised he was chasing this still. But it basically gives you an extra hero essentially. I could have casted that earlier. That was a good leap. I figured that blast was gonna catch him. And I just kind of want to stand within gold. And I got gold as well for that. I should go home though. Yeah, the rune was taken. So grabbing stat items here is good. In most cases, you actually grab the point booster first, just on a support hero that's making X, because the extra HP and mana is usually the most cost-efficient item piece. But I thought it was actually worth it to grab them 6 staff here because it gives me plus 10 damage, and I do sometimes end up right-clicking people. So I'm just gonna channel this from darkness, where he doesn't know that I'm about to blast him with damage, so it's a little hurt. I can also phase in afterwards and get the mana leak off and try to blast him again if he does get stunned. I actually did a little early there. I thought that he was gonna not be able to run as far, but I should have checked his mana, and I'll learn to do that better as I play more and more KotL games. But it's 5% and stun duration is so good. 3 seconds at level 4. It's fantastic. So the Ember Spirit's getting kind of out of control here. How many kills does he have? He's 4-0-4, which is really dangerous. It's way better than I'm doing. I have really good CS, but I'm not snowblind on heroes or anything, so I have to be kind of careful. I'm going to continue blasting mid. I maybe should have TP'd mid top here. Kind of think that I should have. Although the fight's kind of over now.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I think at this point I should max Chakram, because I was having some mana problems. I should... Ooh, I messed it up. I should have done my ulti there, I think. I got the mana void at least.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I was really frustrated about that one. I was still yelling at Moonhead for like 5 seconds. I was like, why would you never that guy had 1 hit? It's like, I don't want him to get away. He had like 2 hits maybe, but I actually have pretty good right click damage right now. So I really should have ultied, I think, and then illuminated the 2 heroes rather than just channeling. My channel there was a huge waste of my time. So I could have done so much more. I could have like channeled the illuminate, ran in and hit 3 times and killed him a lot cleaner. That was also my fault. I mean Moonhead's nightmare was bad, but we could have done that better. And I'm just gonna keep doing illuminates over here to spam. I might get lucky and hit him. And by the way, the reason that I didn't end up maxing out the chakra magic, I didn't necessarily know people would be there, but if they were standing behind where the creep wave were, they might land there. And it ended up working out. So I'm just gonna hit the area behind the creep wave because I don't want to blast the creeps. If I blast the creeps, it pushes the wave, and my team doesn't get the last hits. But if I nuke behind it, that means that they can't really stand there, and it protects us a little bit more. Oh, I was so sad about this one. Oh god, I tried to grab the invis. And then escape, and I knew the Ember was mid, and I canceled my animation. I couldn't believe it. I was so sad about that one. So I ended up just feeding. Oh, that was the worst. I could have just gone invis and that would have been fine. I think my skill build's okay here if I'm playing mid. If you're playing support, Keeper of the Light, you have to get way more Chakra Magic skill points because you need to be able to get more mana. But if you're mid and there's runes spawning everywhere, then it's pretty fine. And that's something that I really found the last couple days. Like, Bottle is so good now if you're playing mid. Because no matter what, there's probably a rune in the area. And once in a while, if you're even lucky and your opponents are mostly bad, you can get both runes. You can get an actual double damage rune or something, or you can get a haste rune, and then you could use all the bottle charges and you can run bottom and get the bounty rune. Then you get 6 bottle charges every 2 minutes. That's why they had to increase the cost of bottle, because it was just a lot better. The implications are like so much better. It's a lot better of an item than it used to be.
Refuse gold given.
So back to mid. I'm gonna try to finish my Aghanims, I guess. Actually, what I was doing here is I was organizing a gank with my supports because the Ember Spirit's doing really well and he keeps getting kills. And we have a Bane, so we can kill almost any hero. So I just said, we need you guys to smoke and kill Bane. Unfortunately, they ended up ganking other places and all, but I told them to smoke and I told them to come back mid and wait because we knew Ember Spirit was probably gonna end up back mid, and there it is. So it was Moonhead and our new player. So we had to be a little careful with how we did this, but I told him just run at him and grip him. He probably won't react in time. It's a pretty long range stun, and I'm just going to sit back and play careful for now. Right, here comes. Oh, I should have been attacking. This is so bad. My hero was actually just standing there. Ugh. I used my ulti and I didn't attack, which is a mistake. If you use your ulti, you can attack, and I just stood there. So that was super bad. So got the creeps, we got Ember Spirit, so we got a lot of gold. That's part of the comeback mechanic, by the way. I think it is. Let's see how much gold I actually got. Okay, I've got 705. I got bonus. Well, I got 557 because I got the kill. I got a bonus 207. So I got an extra 200 gold because his net worth is a little bit higher than ours is. So it's kind of interesting to check that once in a while, just to see what it's like. It's not like an unreasonable amount at this point in the game, so I think our net worths are probably at least somewhat comparable. Yeah, I was kind of close to him already. They're actually really out farming us this game. We were really getting wrecked. But my CS is way higher than his by 20, so. So I'm recalling the Witch Doctor, that way we can team fight. Because I kind of wanted to push towers and get things done. I just wanted to cast this now because I wanted to hit the enemy heroes, and I did catch the Viper, which is good. I'm gonna mana leak him here. Stomp was weird. Waiting to do stuff. I should be watching the fight more. I'm just staring at my whole hero the whole time. I'm not doing a very good job of this. I wasted a bottle charge too.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Barely got the centaur there. Just getting this kill is gonna be so tough.
Bottom tower has fallen.
That really confused me. It's like, what is this disruptor doing? I got my eggs finished though. So pretty happy with that. And I just got away. Alright, and now we can go down and get the invis rune as well, I think. God, I wish I was hustling. What am I doing? Go get it. Hurry. Alright, looks like I did get it. So I got both runes. That's pretty good. It's a lot of mana pool. My mana leak's maxed out now, so stuns for 3 seconds. Cooldown is 16. 8-second duration. 1,000 cast range is really good. Alright, and now the important part. Now I've got eggs. I can basically cast a lot. I don't know if that works for actually draining mana. Kind of looks like it did. So I'm going to go around and scout for heroes. I just want to see where they are, basically. We might be able to set up a kill top. My mana pool is still a little weak here. Again, my Chakra Magic's only level 2, but my mana leak is so much better. I'm recalling somebody. Brought Moonhead. Make sure you do release your Illuminates, by the way. You can choose to release them, even if you're not the primary illusion. I used to think that wasn't the case, but it's not true. You just press T again, because it's not like you can channel a second Illuminate while you're channeling Illuminate with your spirit thing. So, all you have to do is just repress T. And it is important to release it when you think the range isn't going to hit anymore. This is really good. Alright, the other thing Ags does is during the daytime, it does 2 things. Number 1 is it gives you unobstructed flying vision, very similar to what Night Stalker does. My blast is a bit of a waste here. I think that mana void was a waste. Definitely gonna go. This is a pretty good fight, I think. Could have done a bit better. I think I didn't play that really well watching it now. Yeah, I didn't play that fight very well. I needed to channel my Illuminate way earlier. I had one up during the beginning of the fight, but I just didn't cast it. I don't know why. Didn't see it or something. Anyways, I've got more skill points at least, so my Chakra Magic's almost full. It was about here where I started really spamming my skills, and I also thought, yeah, I should probably get a Veil, right? I've got magic damage. Then I realized I've already got a Null Talisman, so it's perfect. Like, I've already been building towards it. It's like a 500 gold efficiency there. Veil is really good with Keeper of the Light, I found, especially this game, because they have a lot of tanky heroes. And if they have tanky heroes and you have all these nukes, you might as well just increase your nuke power. And I'm not the only nuke damage. We've got Slark is largely magic damage in the early game. Witch Doctor is mostly physical, but does have some magic components. Phoenix is almost all magic, and Bane is a mix of magic and pure. So it's definitely very good in this game. And also the armor is good. The stat bonuses are good. I can always just do this, give him a blast, go somewhere else. I actually thought I was going to get the bounty rune. Looking at it now, I was like, why am I not getting the bounty rune? That would make sense. It's nice to just be. Wow, that was really improper last hitting. It was nice to just kind of harass people right here. I wanted to TP to the top lane, but unfortunately, not gonna be able to do that. It's nice to be able to just annoy people though and cast on them. Give them an illuminate. Give them an illuminate. I don't know why that was so hard to say. I'm just gonna go farm the jungle for now, I think, or shift top and delay the push is what it kind of looks like. It's the other great thing about Chakra Magic. You can just give your allies a lot of mana. So, kind of lessens the need for things like arcane boots. I think my early aim could have been way cleaner though, considering how much I stomped on the Ember Spirit the first like 2 waves. I think I should have played that way better. I feel like I actually could have outlaned him or maybe scored a kill. But I got a little too greedy with the Illuminates after that early point, and then he got Flame Guard, it was kind of hard, so. Gonna give them the Blinding Light here. I'm also bottling them up while we run, just to try to keep their HP a little higher. It's pretty important that you do this. I'm also pulling an ally here. No. I should probably be watching a little. It is daytime though, so I can just eat the blast and get healed. And there it is. So you heal for like 375. It's like 75% or 80%. How much damage you do? Yeah, 75% of how much damage the Illuminate does. So now I've basically turned myself into a fountain. Not only do I give myself mana, but I can also give myself HP. I can cast Chakra Magic to get like 300 mana. I can cast Illuminate for 180 mana to heal 375 HP. And now we don't have to go back to base anymore, and this is where things get really good. I think this is maybe the first daytime that I had since I completed my eggs, but I'm not entirely sure about that. Recall is really big though. Like I was able to pull the Phoenix here for free, for example. I was a little late on it, I think. I seem to remember he was yelling at me to do it earlier, but I've got the Veil coming out now as well. So armor, survivability. I've got lots of HP because of the eggs. All around, side and build feels really good. At least for like a tanky pushing style, like we kind of have. We can look at net worths as well. See what they're like. Dire net worth is quite a bit better now actually. So we've improved. It's been mostly on kill deaths I think, and maybe team fighting. If we look at the graph, they had a pretty good advantage, and now we have a pretty good advantage. I don't know if that's based on. We can look at some team fight recap stuff, just to see some gold changes. We got a pretty big gold advantage from this one. Wait, who had the most damage done? I was up there, actually. 3 Illuminates. Look at all the spells I casted. 3 bottles. Yeah. Always happy to drain his mana. I have no idea why that guy used 3 spirits there, but he did. I don't know if the leap costs him mana or not. Somebody interrupted that. I'm not sure who it was. I think that crit is fine. Static Storm is no good. I don't know where that dire range creep came from. I was really confused about that. It's really hard for them to fight us now, basically. So no matter what happens, I'm probably going to have an AoE heal coming through. I've got really good vision. I mean, I don't even notice that I had the day vision for like half the game. I didn't think about it at all. I was like, oh, whatever, we're fighting, I can see people. I don't know why, but I can see people. What you really need to do to counter that is use a smoke, because then you're still invisible. Despite being technically within the range. And I'm going to go grab runes if I can. Illusion rune is not something to underestimate either, because my damage is actually okay here. My int is okay. What does this do? 12 to all or something? Oh, 6 to all, that's right. 6 to all stats, plus it gives you 6 damage, and 6 armor, and some HP regen. So really solid item actually. Fantastic on Keeper. So this is how you should use it. Charge the blast, give him the veil, bam, bonus damage. Instead of doing 375 damage, it did 465. So it's like 100 extra damage in an AoE for the blast on heroes. Really good bonus. It does cost 125, is it? 75 to cast, okay. Lasts for a while too, 25 seconds. Really good debuff. So we're just going to kind of group up and continue to push, I think. We maybe did this a little inefficiently, but technically what we could do if we wanted to be super efficient is we could spread the Slark out and farm. That's what he's doing actually. Spread the Slark out and farm, and then I can recall later. Recall cooldown is like 15 seconds, holy crap, that's really good. Gonna continue mana leaking him if possible. Bit of damage there. Kind of a stagnant game right now, but I promise it gets a little bit more aggressive later. It is nighttime, by the way, so we don't have the heals. It's a little hard for us to fight. That's a lot of damage. We just need to run now that APKB. That doesn't look good. I used Blinding Light already. That was a good nightmare. Oh, that's right, we got an Aghanims on Phoenix. Definitely the right fight to right click.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
That's pretty good. That was Blanket using Aghanims on Phoenix, if you didn't see, I believe. Yeah, he got his Aghanims really fast, so he had a pretty good game. So then he used the Aghanims on the Witch Doctor. The Witch Doctor was able to live, and we turned it around. They tried to go the high ground, and they kept eating like full blasts. When a Blinding Light hits 4 heroes, you're gonna have a bad time, pretty much. And that was still in a nighttime fight, so that was their best chance to kind of win that one. You know, even though it is nighttime though, it's still, Aghanims is still amazing, I think, because again, you're not channeling Illuminate. You can play your hero. It's like an extra right click. Like your hero is balanced around having to stand there, holding your staff and like pointing it somewhere. And if you have eggs, you never have to do that anymore. It's so nice. And I can just cast as much as I want relatively. I haven't really needed a mana regen on him. I mean, other than the bottle, of course. And bottle is quite a bit. I'm gonna recall some people back, of course, because I can do that whenever. I could have been a lot more proactive about the recalling, I think, though.
Radiant's top tower.
Ooh, I could also do a cool thing where you could like blink dagger somebody in. I could use recall on an ally, pop the invis and run into melee range. It's kind of hard to get in the melee range, but you could do similar things with blink dagger actually. Cast recall, and then right when it's about to go off, you blink it at melee range, and then pop out and get a kill, maybe. KotL being in melee range isn't exactly the best thing, but Blinding Light helps a lot now. So, and it's always up, so it's not the worst. I don't remember what I bought now. Oh, that's right. Okay, I was working towards a sheep stick. This is a really good way to go if you're playing an interior that's like doesn't have any carry potential, and you're playing them in a core role, because a lot of those heroes, KotL's a good example. KotL's a hero that doesn't scale well late game. That's not exactly true. Mana leak is always going to be good. Blinding Light is always going to be good. and Illuminate is generally most of the time good. That was a good crit. That was a good kill by Moonhead. Those two skills are pretty much always going to be good. Blinding Light and Mana Leak are almost always good. I could have just blasted him for the kill. I released that earlier, barely killed him. I should have Blinding Lighted there. I really didn't play this very well. Upon watching the replay, it's like very simple to see a lot of inefficiencies I didn't have. Like Blinding Light is 50 mana, and it's a 12-second cooldown now. I can cast this all the time, and it's a 5-second uptime of mischance. That means 5 out of 12 seconds for the rest of the game, I can give them mischance. That's ridiculously good. I might get glimpsed here, we'll see. Oh no, I didn't get glimpsed. But I should have killed that centaur easy. All I had to do is glimpse him back. I think the range is a lot farther on the cast distance. Yeah, look at that range. You can. It's actually a pretty big knockback. I would say it's even a little better than. I think I get stunned so bad. It's like better than Batrider's Flaming Lasso or Flame Break, I would say, in terms of knockback. A little better than that. This is kind of a dangerous place to be. I should have released that earlier, I think, because it could have healed.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I should have Blinding Lighted there. That was really late. Man, I thought I did way bad on this hero. I really thought I did better than this. I really didn't do that fantastic though. I like really didn't use Blinding Light enough. I should have been actually spamming that spell. Just constantly spamming the spell. Anyways, I was able to bring Moonhead back so he revived. My mana was a little low here, so the only thing.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
We can still kind of continue to push up. Like, look at that push radius. It's so huge. It's kind of fun to just keep pushing like this, though. My mana regen is starting to be a bit of an issue, because I can cast so much now. Just gonna back up and do another blast. My camera position is terrible here. I really should be watching them more than me. Comes another mech. Supernova again. I was really hoping that would kill.
Radiant's middle barracks has fallen. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
It's nighttime now, so we don't get healed anymore, unfortunately. But we should be able to retreat. I mean, we obviously didn't need to stay that long by any means, but it's pretty fun to just continuously push. The power the Illuminate gives you is just amazing. It gives you that many heals. Gives you heals. Gives you push. It gives you a zone where if they fight into you, they know that they're going to take a nuke, and you can generally keep it up about 100% of the time. Here's where I'm going to make the Hex. Did I ever say that? I was like, oh, I think I talked about how if you're playing a support like KotL, this is the way to go. But Hex is a really good way to transition, especially when they have this many tanky heroes, and they have heroes like Ember Spirit. We're basically reliant on Grip getting a kill on Ember Spirit, because we didn't have anything else, and luckily, by farming Hex, I not only increase my damage, but I also give ourselves better kill opportunity. And my mana regen now is fantastic. This is a better place. Like, these 3 items are just so fantastic together. They're so great to have in a team fight. It really helps. It's like having a mech while having a damage increaser. It's really cool. I was really happy with my item choice here. Missed. We can probably continue pushing though. Yeah, I'll pull the Witch Doctor and we'll get here a bit faster. Ember Spirit's like always the right hero to hex, pretty much. Have to be pretty careful. Still in lifetime here. Kind of forcing him to use a lot of. It's very greedy. Nightmare yourself? Okay. I don't remember what I was waiting to do there. Maybe blinding light or something. I don't know. It's pretty hard to dive the fountain though. You have to be very careful. It's the hex. Always wait like a second to hex. Yes. My little light energy. This is the part where I realized how absurd this was. I was like, I am on an unstoppable streak with Keeper of the Light. It was so great. Let's show a fight recap. No. That's a big old swing. Damage done. My damage is actually kind of weak here. XP change. I used 3 phase boots, guys. 3.
I'll take that.
Right, definitely still a TP scroll. Holding bottle is still is pretty much good late game. I really feel bad when I sell bottles now because there's so many runes that you can pick up. It's like always a good item now, I feel. Even into the late game, it's fantastic. Try to keep it. I'm going to damage item now because I've already got plenty of utility. I maybe could have gotten a Force Staff. That would have been probably a bit better, but I think in terms of how this game was going, it's fine to go Demon Edge. I'll just give him the minus resistance. I think we're about to pull this like after he takes that. What do you have? Treads and AC. Treads, AC, Scotty, and SNY. Did I really not recall him? Wow, that was a mistake. Oh wait, I think. Did I tell him to push bottom first? I don't remember.
My woes grow light as a feather.
I think we wanted him to pressure bottom or something. I could have recalled him at any time. Probably should have done that. Man, I really need to adjust my camera. Got him. What a snipe.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
I actually missed him, surprisingly. But I used blinding, the blind in a good way there for once. It's gonna be a good blast. That was a really weird fight for them. I guess technically we initiated on them, and we killed the Centaur before you could do anything. But it was a weird fight.
Radiant's top tower has fallen. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen. Radiant's bottom barracks are under attack. Radiant's top barracks are under
This
attack.
game really made me appreciate how good KotL is, though.
Radiant's
That was
top
2 hits
barracks
and an
has
Illuminate,
fallen.
and he died.
Radiant's bottom barracks.
Obviously, I had a double damage, but
Radiant's bottom
going
barracks
Daedalus here
has
is
fallen.
maybe the right choice. If I was playing super serious, I maybe would have gone a Desolator instead. Because Desolator is really good against tanky heroes like Centaur, Viper, really good against Ember Spirit because his armor's low.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Daedalus is a lot of the is a better damage item, but if you're just kind of worried about utility damage, usually we could actually see uphill, by the way, because of my Ags. I didn't realize this until later,
Radiant's
but
ancient is under attack. Radiant's
I really took
structures
the vision
are
for granted this
fortified.
game.
Radiant's ancient is under attack.
Jerry, no.
Dire structures are fortified.
Some good damage. Okay. So yeah, KotL is really good. KotL in the mid position, if you're doing a push strategy, kind of like that, like we basically just went to a lane and we sat there until it was over. If somebody gets a mech, you're fantastic. Oh, we actually had 2 mechs that game, I didn't realize. Get a mech, get a KotL, get some kind of like a tanky carry that's kind of survivable. Sark is a really good example. And Phoenix to support from the back, if they engage, Phoenix has a lot of good team fight, is really good. Bane was a pretty good pick here as well. I think we maybe lacked a bit of stuns, which led to a bad early game, but our lineup was pretty darn good against the tanky massive heroes like they had. It worked out really well. And after a while, Blinding Light's so good against Ember Spirit, actually. I don't know if it works in the Sleight of Fist, if it prevents him from hitting, but it prevents him from hitting in other places. And if I would have used the Blinding Light a lot better, if I would just casted it every 12 seconds, we would have just stomped that game so much harder. So looking at it, I can really see the mistakes that I made, but that was the first time I played KotL in like actually 4 months or something. So, and the first time I've gotten eggs on him, despite that being not a recent change. So he did get buffed recently in the last patch. It was mostly to Mana Leak, I think, and maybe that's about it. I'm not entirely sure though. I think Mana Leak and maybe a few other things, but that's Keeper of the Light. I know I haven't made a Keeper video, and obviously this isn't the most typical Keeper video, but if you just want to kind of spam up mid and farm and get a fast eggs, this is something that you can do, and you can still contribute to your team. It's not like you're just screwing them over. If you keep blasting enemies, if you keep casting Mana Leak on heroes that are a little out of position, you can decrease their mana pool and make them less viable. And obviously Blinding Light's fantastic. So I think that's it. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll bring you guys more 6.82 videos soon, hopefully. I'm going on a small break soon. Go to the US for about a week, but then I'll be on my way back to Korea afterwards. So I'll try to get some videos done before I leave. I leave in about 6 days. So, all right, thanks for watching, guys. Bye.